Yo, can we do that over?
Yes.
Wow, that's 3. I didn't say
We absolutely can and will. Because that's why we're gonna get the panties on Patreon. What's it called? Patreon.
Wow.
Patreon.
Wow.
Accounts for the bloopers.
Forget me not, because you ain't gonna remember how to say it.
I'm not,
I don't know why you said it 6
I'm
times.
gonna put a rubber band
Well,
on
she
my
got
finger.
closer every time, so I felt like
did.
it was worth it.
Alright, try it again.
Patreon.
What?
That's close.
Patreon.
What?
In there.
It's like
See what I'm saying? That's like the 8th time.
What am I missing?
Stop.
Patreon.
Stop.
Oh, Patreon.
Stop.
Oh, like Patreon, like Patreon. Oh,
Wow.
Patreon.
What am I missing?
Wow, it's a 10. It's a 10. How many Amandas does it take
To say Patreon?
Yo.
10 of them.
35, because I was trying the last episode.
You absolutely were.
Patreon. I can't say the word. Why are we judging me right now? I don't appreciate
You
this.
judging
I
yourself.
felt mad judged. Mad judged.
They're helping you to
Wow.
say it right. How are they judging you?
I guess I have no accountability for my behavior.
Wow.
As
where
I
we went with that?
self-reflect and realize
I'll give you
that
one.
I'm getting the head nod from.
For what? Yo, do your thing. This is great content.
This is great content. This is always great content when we're together. So now we are starting the show again.
Again, right? Take 2. This is what we're
And action. All right, and dearly beloved, we are gathered here, the Pandagasms people, and I am your lovely host, Panda! Yay!
Panda. I ain't saying a goddamn thing. Okay? I ain't saying a goddamn thing.
She's hating big time. All right. Y'all ready? We are now introducing the lovely co-host, Big Cat. Is that better?
No.
That was way too much.
Well, let me know what you wanted.
Extra.
That's what you
No,
wanted.
that was extra.
But
as
you're an
hell.
extra person.
Okay.
Lord.
So how do you want? You just
Hi,
You didn't give a
hey,
level.
guys. Hi, I'm here, guys.
You didn't give a level.
whatever. Right.
You said none of y'all said nothing, so everybody said
And
something.
then y'all went wild,
Okay.
like buck
Next.
wild, like y'all got shot and just
Right
went
now.
crazy.
No, you preferred it.
That's
So
how much we
fine,
love you.
I did. I
Then
did.
we
Who's
have
next?
the lovely Tima.
Hello.
Woo!
Yay.
Woo!
We have lovely King Al.
What it is, what it do.
Yeah.
I guess for King Al. I guess for King Al.
Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that.
Woo!
Oh, all right.
We have Rick for the first time live with us.
Yo, yo.
You finally get to put a
Yes.
face to the name for those of you always listening. And we have the
Why you laughing,
lovely
Ziva?
Venom. She has returned.
Woo! Let's do
All
it.
right.
Thanks.
All right, y'all ready for this today?
Let's do it. You remember
All
all the topics?
I believe I believe I do.
I believe
I can do it all.
Okay.
Affirmations right off the
All right.
rip.
You know?
All right.
Right
Said
off
I
the
believe.
rip. I think I can do this. Okay, so yes.
All right.
Unconditional love.
Okay.
Everybody's thinking, I see the wheels turning. So the other day, Venom and I were just, how did it come up?
We were doing our 5s to 1s.
Our 5 and 1, that's right. We were doing our 5 and 1, and unconditional love was your 5 and 1? Was on your list?
Yes.
Yep, it was on Venom's list. And so I was like, yo, I agree. I get it. Everybody. So for me, I personally think we all want unconditional love. I think we all want to be, everybody wants to be loved for who they are. And I said to her, I was like, Buju Bantan said it best. I want to be loved, not for who you
Right.
think I am. Not what you want me to be. Or what was the rest of the word?
Can you let me?
Can you love me for me? Yes, real love with no strings attached. I want to give you my heart and don't want to take it back. Like, that's real shit. And I think everybody just wants to be who they are and whatever image people have in their heads of them, to get rid of that shit and just love me for the person that I am. Not who you think I'm supposed to be, not who you want me to be, but who I am in this moment and who I will be eventually, or who I won't be eventually. Right?
Right.
That's what unconditional love has. It has no strings, no ties, no expectations, no nothing. It's just, I accept you for who you are and you accept me for who I am. And no matter what you do, I'm here.
Right.
That's unconditional. Can you say you have that, you give that, you think you can, you want, like, talk to me, y'all. Big Cap had her hand up.
My love is conditional. No, I'm sorry. No, I don't even feel bad about it.
And that's okay. You don't have to feel bad about it.
Because for me, it's like, yo, I want what's best for you. So if you don't continue your growth and I don't see you continuing growth in different parts of your life and you just choose, I can't be with someone who's stagnant. So my love is conditional. Because I'm going to be out. If you just want to do the same thing, you just want to be in the street, you just want to do the same job, you just want to, and you don't see yourself being bigger. Because I'm with you because I know you can be bigger. I'm not going to be with some little person. But it's like, if you don't want to grow and you don't want to see yourself grow and you don't see the same thing for me, we can't be together. Sorry. My love is conditional. It's conditional. I love you from a distance, but we can't be together. I'm sorry.
My movie started.
It's conditional. Oh, Jesus Christ. I just registered what she said.
I feel
which
like
episode is Take 30. What?
Go ahead.
75? 89?
Action.
so. The term I had used the other day was love in its truest form, or like in its rawest form, and I said that because I was watching an interview before with DMX, and he was talking about how you have to trust people to be who they are, and trust them to be where they're at. You trust a thief to be a thief.
Right.
If you bring a thief in your house and you like, oh, he ain't gonna steal from me, and he steals
That's on
from you, you gotta be mad at yourself.
Right. Right.
So, and it's like, and it doesn't even have to be love in a romantic sense. Like, from a platonic point of view, I know people whose parents were on drugs, to the point where a couple people that I know, their mothers left them in the hospital because they chose other lifestyles and they were brought home by their grandmothers. That doesn't mean that they don't love their mother still.
Right.
That's love in its rawest form. Because you are trusting that person to be themselves, and you're not expecting anything from them. You're not expecting anything of them. If you always look at someone's potential, you will always be disappointed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because
it's true.
Because they don't see that for themselves. You want them to go this way. They have another path of getting there. They may feel like they have other plans that they want to accomplish before getting to that point. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that they're never going to get there. That's just not their track to get there.
Right.
So I feel as though you are entitled to have conditional love, and you're also not supposed to treat everybody the same.
Right.
So it's like you have to, and those are things you have to establish for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is different. How you love is different. What you're willing to tolerate is different.
Mm-hmm.
How you see somebody is different. I can see some shit and be like, nah, fuck you, bro.
Right.
And I can also see some shit and be like, I trust you to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to
In
support
your way.
you. Right.
Mm-hmm.
In your way.
Mm-hmm.
And I support you in whichever route you choose. But I'm going to still do my thing over here. I'm going to still be here if you need me.
Right.
And I'm going to still, limit your access to me because I don't need you draining me while you on your way.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, some people, they'll spin the
and
block
that's valid.
on you. And that's nothing. You ain't fitting to spin the block on me.
That's valid.
Yes, they are. What
What you not about to do is spin the block on me.
On
And the
two
man,
wheels.
Panda knows, I will tell a man in a heartbeat, you will not spin the block.
Two
on me.
wheels.
Because when you bring your
acting.
ass right back around, I'm already outside waiting. I got my AKs, got my Glock, I got everything else.
My
Waiting
God.
to let loose on that ass.
That one left real quick.
Everybody.
It's like you choose the path. Which way you want to go?
But wait, I got a question.
I'm reloaded.
Do y'all think that a person has a right to expect unconditional love when their love has conditions?
No.
No, I agree with that.
I don't
Yep.
think you can expect what you don't give.
I agree.
Right.
That
I
is
agree.
selfishness.
But like you think about it, like
But then there are people that do that.
Yes,
There
yes,
are people
yes.
that
I think it's just
expect.
human nature.
Yes.
It is human nature. A lot of
No.
people.
If you're a real
I think-
person, then you know what you're expecting of someone else. You know that you can't. It's like me saying you got to be a certain way and knowing I'm not that way. Like, that's not fair. So for me to say that my love comes with conditions in most situations, then that means I know that in return, if they said this to me, I would be like, okay, and I would have to take that. It is what it is.
Right, so you don't have any
Because
expectations.
I have different things that I have expectations for, just
Right.
like you have different things that you have expectations for. I'm sorry, you wouldn't want to be friends with a bum.
No.
It just is what it is. Someone, when you go to dinner and you always got to cover them and some shit like that, it's just, you know, you got to fight over the bill and some shit. No, I don't want to hang
But
with
that's
people
on
like
your
that.
end of the thing. The bum would definitely want to be friends with you. That's what I'm saying. I think it's just human nature
But then I
to
get.
expect unconditional love. I think anybody, like you said, anybody wants to be loved. Just
for
like
themselves, for
not even
themselves.
like you said, not even on some like relationship. Anybody just wants to be accepted for them. And then like we've seen plenty of movies or shows where like crackheads or fiends or whatever, and they just like, you've always been on the lookout for me, and like I hate that I always do this to you, but then you see them like fiending out, and then that's the one person that they go back to because they know they have access to them. You know what I'm saying?
But again,
That's
that goes back to what Venom says. Those boundaries, that ability to the access. You have to have that balance, that healthy balance with everything, everyone. Everything is a case by case. How much, like she said, how much access are you going to have to me?
Right.
Like, yes, I'm going to be here to support you, but I'm only going to support you up to this much.
Right.
Because now it becomes draining.
But that's only
Certain
that person
people.
that's established those
Some
boundaries.
people are gonna-
because
yeah,
you're still
they'll be
creating
drained.
relationships or friendships along the way. You feel me? And then so like you don't really have, well, not to say you don't really have, but like you're still gonna want that love. You're gonna have the people that have the boundaries for you. Those people, you know, you're not gonna come to them because those are the ones that's gonna make you feel like I should be doing better.
Right. The
Right?
accountable people.
But then you have your new friendships or whatever that like they kind of do the same for you as the people that have set their boundaries. So you still have access to like, you know, keep it going.
Hobbs had his hand up.
Yeah, but she. Tina
She
kinda
said what she
kinda-
was going to say.
Well, my question is for Toya, I think.
For Big Cat.
For Big Cat.
I mean, big. Like a little cat.
Wow, the hate be real, yo.
all
The
the
hate be-
time.
Shots fired.
Javier, how can I help you?
So, do you want conditional love, or do you want somebody to be there for you?
I want a mix of both. If I'm gonna be 100.
But it's like people aren't perfect.
And that's what
Right.
I know.
So
So
if-
I've been for certain situations.
Yeah.
But once it gets to a point where I'm like, all right, this is getting to be a lot, and it's like your good does not outweigh your bad, I'm out.
All right, and I only asked that question because I want to see if that compromise existed. Because I feel like
Absolutely.
people.
There's always, I give people a chance, but when I walk away, it's
Yeah.
like, listen, I gave you ample opportunity.
But it seems like me, like as an observer, right? Like I scroll through Facebook and everybody, not everybody, like people seem salted about their relationship status or whatever, and it's like I hear things and it's like it always seems like stuff that people can get over. You know what I mean? But you kind of quit before you do get over it, and then you miss out on those opportunities to be like in a good relationship.
I think it goes back to what Steph is saying because I think a lot of people have issues with setting that boundary. Because if you know like where your limit is at and you set that boundary, then you won't have to keep giving those chances.
Yo,
So
but
I
men are
think-
garbage, bro. Like we always gonna fuck up.
People.
But the thing is,
Yeah,
It doesn't have to be
people-
for men. It's just I
And
think a
women
lot
too.
of
I think
relationships,
some-
like you said, I think a lot of relationships, friendships,
Yeah.
or whatever,
Right, we
could
don't mean
could have
just
been
romantic.
saved
Yeah.
if people
Even
knew
a
their
friendship,
limit
yeah.
and they set their boundaries and
Platonic,
stop letting
yeah.
people cross that line with them. Because
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
I
If you
feel
set
like
your
a lot
boundary,
of
you wouldn't know how
relationships
to deal
stop
with them.
because there's no accountability on a lot of
That's
parts.
what it
That
is.
too.
And that's why I'm like, listen, if I'm in a situation and there's no accountability, I'm out. If you want to do the blame game and blame the world and the universe, I'm out. Like, I don't want to hear that. But if you got accountability and you're righting your wrongs and you're trying to move a different way, then I can accept that and we can move on. But when you're not, we cannot.
Right, but that goes against the word unconditional.
Right, but then so this is
That's
how
why I said conditional.
Yeah,
Right, she
that's
did
what I'm
say
saying.
conditional.
Right, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So, like, for people that have that unconditional love, that's where the boundaries come from. Like, I guess that's the difference between your conditional, that's your boundary. Your love is conditional, and that's your boundary. And then for the people that have unconditional love, it's like, all right, I know where my limit is with you. And then it is what it is. Like,
Yeah, that's why I like what she said earlier, because I say it all the time, and Tima can attest to this. You got to trust people to be who they are.
Right. I was just about to say that again.
Not who you want them to be, not what you
I trust people to be people. That's it. That's it. I trust people to be people. You'll be like, you know what? I understand where they're coming from because that's something a person would do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say that's something a man would do, a child would do, a woman would do. It's something a person would do.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But even
You
deeper
stop,
than
put yourself in that person's situation, and you'd be like, I get it. I may not do this
right.
action, but I get it.
Right, but then there's also this is where a lot of people, they haven't come to terms with who they are. And then they get upset when other people see who they are.
Right.
Or
It's
who
like-
they're not.
Right.
Yeah.
And so
Don't
that,
call them
that
out on it.
huh?
Don't call them out on it.
Oh, listen.
Right.
Oh,
they're
but
in
I
their
will.
own
It's like,
matrix.
don't say that. Then I say
They're
it.
in their own matrix. And they
Right.
believe this whole puffed up theory. And it's like, but you realize that's not
Kind of like Anna in Finding Anna. Did y'all watch that? This is not off
inventing
topic.
Anna.
Inventing Anna. She was definitely making that whole shit up about her life. But
Yo,
go ahead.
but listen,
Oh, the German
she
shit?
was
Yeah.
I haven't seen
in.
that yet, but I was on it.
She personally, I feel like, so first of all, I saw it on American Greed first, and then you told me about the Inventing Anna after watching all that. She wasn't in like a puffed up world. Like she was
in
like,
her head, she was.
No, she wasn't. She was literally like she was hustling.
Right, but I think in her, I feel like,
In her mind,
I think she
came from
believed
money.
her lies.
Absolutely.
She believed her
She
lies
thinks
to
pimp,
make it
therefore-
work.
Therefore she was. It's like
Right.
that. I think pimp, therefore I am.
Yeah.
That
No,
type
for
of-
real.
Even though deep,
That's
like
actually-
remember every
Her
time
father
she
definitely
cried,
had something going on, and it didn't work out. Like
Right,
so,
but
she
remember-
probably had bread at some point.
At some point.
a very small point.
But
And when
remember-
it didn't work out, that's like the show Schitt's Creek. You know,
Mm.
you come for money, and then like something happened, your accountant fuck your taxes up or whatever, and now you're broke. IRS is coming in and taking all your shit, and you gotta start all over again. Like, and then she hustled.
right, but
She
like
probably
Javi
she
said,
did it illegally.
every time you hold them accountable, they get upset. Remember every time somebody called her out, she was like,
Yeah.
like do these big old hissy
And she
fits.
would have a
Remember,
fit.
she had a
And
she had a
that's
fit.
when I would have to cut her off.
Right,
Because
'cause
there's
then
no
that's her
accountability.
And that's
None.
where her boundaries would come in.
But there were certain people that she didn't do that with, though. It was Neff
She paid her back and she was real with her. I'm sorry. I have
and
to
the
say.
psychiatrist in the hospital when she first got
Yes. Yes.
She didn't do that with
Yes.
everybody.
No.
It seems
That's
like
why she
when
was a
when she
manipulator.
felt like a little.
So this goes
A little
back to Venom
comfortable.
saying where everybody's different. And you can't put
You gotta
everybody
go
in the
case
same
by
box.
case.
Yeah.
Because she picked it because she really was legit with certain people.
Mm-hmm.
Very
So-
few, but
Mhm.
certain people.
A good friend of mine, shout out to Flower Seed, bang bang. She always told me you have to learn how to compartmentalize people. Or compartment-
Yo,
I have to
you
say
had
it
to say it.
slowly
Yo.
because
She had to
that
say it in pieces
yo,
because she was
me
fucking
and
up.
that
I read that word
me and
like
that
It's
word
still
6
messed up.
times.
are not
It's
I
friends.
said,
still
hold
messed
on.
up.
What did
Still
she
messed
just
it
say
up.
to me?
Still
I
messed
said,
it
let
up.
me read this again.
No. That word
Is
and
this a word?
It is.
I was like, yo, no, I looked
I
it up
can't
and
even
all.
say it.
Nah, but you said it the
Compartmentalize.
best. Like I heard
That-
every syllable.
All I heard was
Right.
mentalized.
100%.
That word and I are not friends. So I have to say it very slowly
again.
Say it
to
again.
get it out.
Say it
Now
again.
I have to focus because you guys are putting me on the spot.
All right, don't look at it.
Compartmentalize.
Compartmentalize.
Boom! I did it! So yes, she taught me. You
That's
have to learn how to compartmentalize.
That's not the word.
So once I figured it out, if that's not the word, whatever the word is supposed to be, y'all know what the fuck it is.
Wow.
Go
Talk about killing my
Google
joy.
it.
Talk
Right.
about killing
But
it.
you ain't killing my shit. Go Google it. I
I'm
look like
not trying to
Google ain't my best friend
kill
either. I'm lazy.
Fatima.
Okay? And this is my show. Whatever word I said, if it ain't a real one, it's a pandaism. Ta-da. There's that.
Oh.
There's that. If it's not a word, it's a pandaism. And
That's
now
the
it's
fun.
mine.
Okay.
So therefore,
You ain't letting us hold you accountable
Hold me accountable. You can hold me accountable.
Is that a boundary for you?
Hold me accountable for my fuck up.
Unconditional
And
love.
and I owned it. I might have fucked it up. However, now I'm gonna flip it and make it mine. There's that. So, I forgot my thought. Thanks. Compartmentalizing. You gotta know how to do that. So, once you figure that out, you'll be all right.
Right. That's what we was.
That's where I was going with it.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Tommy's fault.
Yo, the baby
You
beat
do that.
up Danny
brother in the bowling alley.
They
First
was
of all,
different slides.
See, that goes back to
Yo.
first of all, don't tell everybody your business. Because stuff like that, it gets, like when that whole thing made its way to social media, I was over it from the jump.
Right.
Because it's like, he's been disrespecting her before she got pregnant. She went back. Don't involve your people because you still gonna go back.
So what's the story?
So the singer Danny Lay and
Did
the
she
rapper
go back,
the
though?
baby, I'm pretty sure her ass been back and forth. They were messing around or whatever, even though he's been off and on with some chick from before he blew up, and so she decided to be the well-known side chick. And so now she had a baby, and it was like this whole thing before with him putting them out in the middle of the night, Ray. And then her family's gonna come to her defense, like, why would you put her and the baby out?
The
blah,
brother,
blah,
of
blah.
course.
And then her brother was popping off on social media. Oh, when I see him, this, that, and the third.
That's fair.
So the rapper pulled up on him at a bowling alley.
I thought he pulled up on the baby.
No.
The baby pulled up on him.
Yes. He was there bowling
I
already.
thought it was vice versa.
And he pulled
And they
up.
approached
Shut
him.
up.
They
I thought it was
I
vice
didn't
So
versa.
the baby and his
I did
crew
too.
approached the
That was
brother.
Yes.
Okay.
And
So the baby took the first swing, it looks like.
Yeah.
And then you're on the bowling alley.
So
So now
you're
you're
on the
sliding.
But I will say it was a bitch move.
mad.
I will say it was a bitch move to have that boy
It
by
was.
his hair.
It's
That's
not
the how
that,
people
yo.
know.
How much is the baby worth though?
No. First of all,
Money wise, like that's mad whack, yo.
Well,
like,
the thing
that
is-
pursue you.
The thing is, he should be treading lightly anyway because he just got off of that whole debacle with him putting down the LGBTQRS
Community.
That too,
No. First of all, why would and I don't understand why I think he's a decent person. This is where my problem
why do you
is.
think
Because you like young niggas.
I mean,
And
And she got a soft spot and he like young niggas.
listen.
She looks at him as
I
one of
don't-
the niggas that would be
nasty
fixable.
nigga.
I know what he. No,
He's the
not.
nasty
He's
hood
not.
fixable nigga.
He is not fixable. Listen, but no, I'm not dapping you. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Listen, what I don't know. My thing is, out of respect for your BM.
We already established he
doesn't
has
have
no
none.
respect.
Ain't
For
no
the
respect
BM,
for my period.
the
But why not?
BD.
But why not? Out of respect.
Nobody.
All right, as a man, why not give him the fair one? I feel like you're a pussy for that. Why not give him the fair one?
I agree with
Why
that.
not give him the fair one? He's not some regular nigga off the street. You been done size this
He was
nigga
trying to
up.
prove a
He's
point.
the brother. You know who he is. And then you're letting your goons grab him by the hair, swing him around like a little girl. And you sitting here like he's swinging him. Hold him. Like, what type of man are you though? What type of man are you though?
It was one
You're a
man.
pussy with little energy, yo. I'm sorry, the baby. I'll still listen to your music. But you pussy. You pussy for that shit.
Man, I didn't realize
Pussy. Pussy. You
Yeah.
could have told your boy stand on the side and you could have had a fair one and your boys would have listened. So you're a pussy for that shit. Pussy. Make sure you put that in there. Because that shit was some. You know he gonna stand up for his sister. You know he gonna ride for his sister. That was some pussy shit.
I feel like there's
Grabbing
ways
him
of
by his
riding.
hair. Grabbing him by his hair and shit.
that lawsuit's gonna be fired.
And it's dumb
That's all I know.
because
He gonna
the
need
baby
some
has
money.
security. Like, it's harder for the brother to get to him than it is for the
So you
baby
started
to
all
get
this
to him.
shit,
Yeah, like regardless of
Do
what
the
he's
fair
saying,
ones then.
like,
Shoot the fair ones. What's the issue? Like, do you not think you got them hands? You gotta shoot everybody?
But to be, in all honesty,
Wait, what?
that the brother had some height on him, so I think it would have took a while.
And
for
that's
that
why
boy
I'm like-
to gain
I'm like-
advantage.
That's why I'm like, yo, the fair ones would have been, that
I'm
would have
sorry.
been lit. I would have
Yeah.
enjoyed that. But y'all swinging him by his hair, it's like, okay. Some bullshit. What the fuck is this? Some bullshit. Next topic. 'Cause I'm tired of this dude. Little short nigga.
His attorneys
Angry
are
at life.
tied to his ass
I'm
too.
for real.
About to drop his ass.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
That retainer,
It's like we-
that retainer fee's like.
I'm about to
Right,
say, oh,
that's
shit.
true.
They're
They
loving
So
the
then
baby
it's
right
like,
now.
it's like, damn, we just got you back on the straight and narrow. All right, back to normal.
Yeah, no, he's on that power shit. He got an attorney like
The baby
fucking
is
Method
everybody's
Man.
money on that team.
He got
by
an
the way.
attorney like Method Man,
He
ready
thinks-
for that money.
I think
He all
in
could've jumped in for that
his
reason alone.
head, I think he thinks he's like the modern day Tupac, and it's just like, sir.
Hold on, Rick was saying something.
No, I'm saying the baby is everybody's money on that team.
Mm-hmm.
By the way,
Right.
like
Yeah.
so, you know, we don't. They could have jumped in for multiple reasons, including that. Like he may have started it, but like, nah, you're not about to hurt the baby. That's something. We all getting paid off this guy.
There's that part.
You're not gonna hurt him. He
Pussies.
started
It
it.
doesn't matter.
Pussies, they pussy
I think
too.
my family off the baby. You can't.
He
hurt
would have
them.
got his own self hurt. These niggas was
Let it
in the
go
bowling
for a
alley.
minute to
Did you
even
see
Yeah,
him
he's
slipping and
security.
sliding and
Those
shit?
are his toy soldiers. Everybody's on a
If
payroll
you get
when it comes
security,
to
it don't matter
Everybody
what
busted
you do.
their ass out there on the alley. Every single one of the person.
Yo, he just bought my mama a Camry. Yo, fuck that. We gon' yo.
Wow.
Take these games.
Not even a Camry, a Kia.
Yo,
Right.
Yo,
So I saw an article that Jackpot shared with me about she's in the church. I think she's a gospel singer or something like that. And her friends were coming in from out of town. And she's like, y'all can't stay here because I have a husband. She made her friends and family get a hotel because she's married.
Mhm.
So in my head, I'm like, that's a whole insecurity within her husband.
Her husband or herself?
Or herself, or their marriage, whatever.
Mhm.
Like, if I know my friends are good, if you're my friend, there should be no reason why I can't leave you in the house with my significant other.
Agreed.
There should be no problem. I should be able to trust my partner and my friend.
did you watch the video of the interview?
I did not. I just wanted to get ideas off what everybody thought.
She could have friendship PTSD.
Is
Could've happened
there
before.
key information in the video that is
So,
missing before
maybe
we
Venom
get
can
it?
give us the backstory.
It's one of those things where, because I saw the headline too, and I was like, okay. And then I went and watched the video, and it was just like the tone of it. It wasn't so much necessarily about trusting them or trusting him. It's more like the energy and tone that you set for your house.
Mm.
Like if you have certain people, and it wasn't one of those things where it's just like no matter who it is, they stay in the hotel. It's one of those things where it's like this person's coming, okay, they coming to visit, okay, Ray. That person may not be in a space and an energy that you want in your house at the present time.
Okay, so it's one of those boundary things.
Right.
So I thought
It's
it was
not
just like,
like-
oh, you visiting? You could come say hi, but you can't sleep.
No, it
for
was
everybody.
Right, that wasn't the that wasn't tone
That
of
is how
the
they
interview,
portray
but you know, people are gonna take what they want, spin it or whatever, and
Right.
once you put it on social media, hey, they
It
was in
gets
their blood.
flipped.
Right. And so that was pretty much the tone and the energy behind it. And it was just like after listening to the full interview, because I was just like it wasn't even that long. It wasn't like a significant part of the thing. It was just like, okay, like I can understand that. Like there are people that I love to no end, but I have to establish that boundary with
First,
them.
right.
You may be coming here and something will be bothering your soul.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need it to bother mine.
Right. Right.
You know.
In this moment, I don't have space for that.
Moment, I don't need it to bother mine. I
No.
love you and I care for you, and draws back to it. I'm gonna support you through it. But
We
I
can
don't
go
need
have-
that
Don't drain
disturbing
me.
the peace in my
Yes.
house.
Right.
Yeah.
We could go have lunch.
Because
You
and then
can't come
another
here.
thing, right? And then another thing
She
that
said
they
right.
were another thing that they were trying to say was that, you know, she's the breadwinner in the house and she's trying to protect her marriage. Okay, her husband, she met her husband. He had a service job. I think he was like a pool maintainer or some shit like that. And so people are trying to use that, and it's just like, no, like they ended up dating and then they got married. Like she loved that person. She loved him for him.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It doesn't matter who has money and who doesn't to them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all can't say that too, because then that's how they were trying to spin it. Like, oh, he's probably gonna look for the next come up. Like, y'all really know how to get in somebody's house without being there, don't you?
I'm telling you.
All the time.
They be
Y'all
flying on the wall, they
know
tell
what
it.
color my drawers on, and bitch, I ain't wearing it. So where we going? Bitch, mind your business.
Hello.
Like, Like, you know.
Boom, boom, facts. You
You
know, I'm just saying.
I'm done.
You know what the song say, sis.
I'm done.
But
anyway.
that's the way of the world right now.
Right, it is. And thank you for
So
giving us
That's what it
the
was. So
backdrop.
we can do a hypothetical question, like, you know, but I feel her on that. Like, when I lived out of state and people would come to visit, where you staying?
Right.
I know people from out of town are like, hey, I'm in Boston. What you
Because
doing?
I ain't been around you. I don't really know what your energy's like.
I get that.
I can see that.
Right. And
Again,
I
it's the
can
case
see
by
that.
case thing.
Right. And so
Yeah.
her thing was people that are immediate to her. Yeah, it's the
Come
open
to
door
stay,
policy.
right?
Yeah,
But
but I think
certain
that's
ones-
fair
It's
for
not
everyone,
for
though.
everybody.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's true.
And you know, some
Definitely
people,
fair for
and
everyone.
that's another thing. People say, "Oh, she got this big old house, and she can't let her family
So
stay
what?
on this side." Bitch, it's my
It's my house. I can say
I
you
can
can
have
come.
26 bathrooms, and if I want to use the one down there and fuck these other ones, that's my business. I don't have to let you use them.
At
I
all.
rotate.
Right. And
Because y'all niggas ain't clean.
She said, pass bathroom 7, 8, 9, 21. I want 28. I want bathroom 28.
It's about protecting your peace and protecting your house. Because when you let certain demons in your house, they linger even though that person is gone.
Mm-hmm. So here's the thing, to piggyback off of that, a parent in my past, a family I had, they suggested, he was like, one key thing is to never let stress in your house.
No.
And when he said that to me, I was like, that makes a lot of sense.
Let me give you an example. One of my boundaries for me is I work a hybrid schedule, so I can work remote some days. I will not work in my bedroom. I'll sit in the dining room. I'll sit in the kitchen. I'll sit in my living room. I will not bring that energy into my bedroom.
Right.
That's my piece of peace. That's where I go to escape everybody and everything.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not the energy that I want to have lingering in there.
I get that.
See, and I said that because remember I was moving?
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna put my desk outside. Like, work is work is done.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bring work into the bedroom. Like, that's
So I've been
Mhm.
trying.
Stop doing
I've
that.
been
Sometimes
trying.
you should bring work to the bedroom. You know,
Wow.
Thank you.
Well,
she's got the sexy nurse costume, the
Yeah.
sexy maid costume.
Well, your wife
Sorry,
is a
sorry.
nurse, so yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
can definitely bring work to the bedroom.
go check all your pulses.
I don't think Jack Paul wants me to come in like looking like a kid in a diaper. That might be kind of pedophile-ish. I might be like, you gotta
And
think
you'd feel
the
weird
kid.
if he was into it.
Right, and I'd be like, why do you want me in a diaper?
So why does this work for you?
I'm about to be in one in
Like,
about
how did
30
we get
years.
here?
Like,
How did
why
we
do you
get
want
here?
this now?
Yo, you better come. You better
Taking
come
work
over
home.
his ass.
Taking work to the bedroom.
You gotta come with the librarian.
So yes, I'm trying to get out of that as well. I'm trying to make sure whenever I do work, I don't do it in the bed.
Even schoolwork.
Yes,
I
schoolwork,
know.
I'm doing my
I know.
hardest trying not to do.
Because I'll be in my room stressed out. And it takes time
Yes.
to clear that energy. You're
It does.
absolutely
Yeah.
right.
It does.
But
It's
if I did
so
it in
hard,
another room,
though.
I could just walk back into my room and feel different and be like,
and
Yeah.
relax.
I
and
feel
unwind.
great.
Yeah.
Once you climb in your bed, it's just like you can turn over and go to sleep. If you're
Mhm.
doing work in your bed, it's like now you're still
All
trying
that is
to-
there.
Yeah, it's still lingering. Even if you close the book, put it away, you know that shit is there.
I absolutely agree. King Allen has been very quiet. You have absolutely nothing to say.
Yo,
Boy,
everybody's been blowing me.
How
away.
is
Like, I
he's
seen it
lit as
insane.
fuck in that
It's not even that
night.
I'm
He
lit.
feels like it's a
It's
UFO.
because, like,
I don't know
no,
what's
because
going on. He's
I'm going
lost.
through a path.
It's levitating.
And, you know, to tell you the truth, I like the path that I'm going through. You know what I'm saying? And I felt great today. I felt awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a long time since I felt that way. And I don't know what it was, but it felt good. And, you know, this is kind of like a therapy session to me.
Oh. Well, the Panda Counselors was always a therapy session. Everybody got a little something off their chest.
God.
You know, everybody get a little something off the chest. Something off the chest. So,
Yes.
go back to you. Sorry.
No,
You just been
no,
really
no,
quiet.
but that was the basic thing that I had to say, you know, as far as, you know, all the topics that we've been going through. We never got to the one about Kodak.
You never sent us the link about Kodak, so why don't you fill us in
What happened?
about Kodak? What
I
happened to
think
Kodak?
Jack Pop
No,
put it
he
in.
sent us a joke. So that means you didn't even look at it. So what happened to
no,
Jack
I did
Kodak?
see it. So basically, Kodak got shot after a concert. After
When?
a Justin Bieber concert.
Oh
This
yeah,
was
that
like
happened the other day.
It was the after party.
it was the
Okay.
after party, right?
This is recent?
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
I
is
didn't
like,
know.
I didn't either.
yeah.
He's
So
still alive.
He shot that leg or something, right?
got into a fight,
Right.
and when he got into the scuffle, he actually got into the fight. And one of the dudes from the other crew, as he was looking the other way, he pointed the gun the opposite way and just started shooting.
Oh.
So 3 people got hit. Kodak
So
managed to
running
be
and just,
one.
you know,
Exactly.
pow, pow, pow.
So
I'm
he's running
out.
this way, and the gun, sorry.
Pow,
and the
pow,
gun is
pow,
going this way.
pow, pow,
So
pow.
as he was shooting, 3 people got hit, and Kodak was one of them. And he got shot in the leg. As far as anything else right now, I haven't seen anything. But as we know, he got shot in the leg, so he all right.
This is why you don't let the money fight.
So what exactly did you want to talk about?
Like, I didn't really understand who it was that he was fighting with, and then the fact that he even got shot at a Justin Bieber concert.
So maybe.
So we just established it was a Justin Bieber after party?
After
It was
party.
an after party, so it's like, so it's in LA,
Mm-hmm.
and they've been warning people, like Whack 100, all these rappers, all these gangs.
Oh, it's 100, not 1,000.
Wait,
ah,
100.
it's Whack 100.
That's
Right,
a person?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about that a couple
He's
shows
an
ago.
annoying ass individual.
Remember I told you
Hold
he's
on,
a,
wait,
he's a
look,
manager, a
look through
producer,
the drive-thru
right?
window. Look through the drive-thru window.
I
Who's
told you,
manager?
remember when I was like, Whack 100, we
He's
was
still-
talking about Kanye.
he's still
He's
his
his manager?
I thought
He's
the
his
game
manager,
was
but he's
done.
also,
The game,
he's also
right?
like,
It's like, why would you want someone managing
I didn't know he
called
was
Whack
still with the game.
100?
and he claims to
Y'all
be
know
a
my
shot
memory
caller
ain't
with
that
the
sharp,
pirate.
so I'm
Guys,
just.
guys. I want to hear
It don't matter, the word is Whack.
I want to know what happened.
And so Whack 100, like, he claims to be a shot caller with the Pyrus in LA.
Okay.
If anybody, every city right now is on fire, right? They're blaming like, what is it, drill and all this other stuff, right? People are shooting, and they tell, especially in LA is on fire. Rappers, they go out there and they, they don't care how many people you got with them. Like, they're shooting everybody. They going after everybody. These kids are crazy right now, right? So it's interesting. I think you're gonna see more of this, right?
It's like you gotta get permission to be in the city.
Because it wasn't like he wasn't where he was supposed to. It wasn't like
Uh-huh.
Kodak wasn't where he was supposed to be. He was at an after party with a bunch of A-list celebrities. Like
Right.
Jake was there, all these people were there, right? You know, it was in downtown LA, white people. You know what I'm saying? You had a bunch of Karens out there,
It's a mixed
and they're still
crowd.
out there shooting people. Like it's nothing. Dude has his mask on, masked up, shot him, ran away. Nobody got arrested.
So I guess it
if
wasn't that he
just be
shot it, it
careful.
was the fact that he jumped into it. He was just like, he involved himself more so into it, right? Because you said somebody was fighting and then Kodak jumped into the fight. And then when the dude took off running, he started shooting blindly.
Which is why I think what Baby did was smart, right? Like I'm not justifying anything Baby does, right? But in that moment, the fact that he got his 1 or 2 hits in, but the rest of his boys are the ones that did the damage. That's smart because people out here shooting people. He's the money. These young people are making millions of dollars. They're supporting their whole streets, their whole hoods. If Kodak had died,
The breadwinner's
a bunch
gone.
of people would have
So
been.
then
Right.
don't even get your
People
1 or
pay
2
their
hits.
people
Just fucking leave.
You-
Why you even roll up on him then? If you scared, you ain't scared. You rolled up on him. So the baby is not the same as the other
You
situation.
guys are watching Bellies?
It's the money.
No.
Yeah.
I haven't, but I heard they made Carlton a crackhead.
What?
I did
Nah,
too. He's
you
doing
just-
coke. He's doing
You
coke.
gotta see it.
You gotta watch it, but I'm
you
just
gotta see
saying,
it. It's
all you
not
need to
cool.
know is that these rappers need a house manager.
Mhm.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
You watch the
yeah,
show,
facts,
you know what
facts.
I'm talking about.
What?
I'm sorry, because how you gonna turn
In the
Carlton into a
movie.
crackhead?
He's not a crack.
You gotta watch.
He's got drug abuse.
He's a rich kid.
He's not a crackhead.
Regardless.
So what?
Because
You know
so
that's-
hold
you know,
on.
you know what those rich kids do.
I was just
So
about to
some
say
baby-
that.
That part.
I can get
Pills?
it.
Yes.
I can definitely
So-
get it.
so
It's a
Bel-Air
rich kid
is a-
thing. I can get it.
So Bel-Air is like a realistic version of what the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air should have been. Because you gotta remember, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was a sitcom.
Yeah.
Right.
So the
Based on a
idea,
true story.
based on a true story, but the idea of what happened was watered down because it was a family show.
Of
So
course.
they
Yeah,
just,
back
they just
in
made it
the
more
days.
realistic. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Carlton, I don't even really like Carlton right now, but I can see how his character's gonna progress.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And he's channeling the average, like, even black kid that grew up in a white neighborhood that doesn't know anything else other than what, suburban, private school, what.
Shit, not even
Privilege
not
life.
suburban. Like this is.
Yeah, it's even higher,
Very,
like wealthy.
like,
Like,
wealthy.
yeah,
Yeah.
not even suburban, like wealthy, right? Like, he knows actors and, other, the child stars and,
So
you
he
know.
does a little.
Yeah, I forget what it was.
He's your
Sister,
40
You
year
know
old.
what?
Pop-Pop.
You
A
know,
little snowfall. A little snowfall.
what's that joint they use when they not Xanax? That's what it was. He was sniffing Xanax.
Snorting it.
Oh,
So,
Snorting Xanax?
before we
they used to
go
do that in Miami.
and close out the show, I had one last topic I wanted to discuss. Did you guys hear about the teacher in the Montessori school that had her classroom do blackface?
Mm-hmm.
As
Yeah.
I guess you didn't, because look at your face.
Mm.
And it
Here
was,
in good old Massachusetts.
yep,
Don't
had her
say that.
classroom
Yeah.
do blackface
What was the purpose of that?
for Black History Month.
Yeah.
And then her announcement to the school's apology was to whoever got offended, to whoever was offended.
It's almost like to whom this may concern.
right type shit.
All right, so let's bring it back. So she is a
Well, she
This
got
school is
fired.
run
Clear
by
teacher?
white
She got fired.
Oh,
she's
she
a clear
did.
teacher.
She did get fired, and the school got closed.
She's a
Mhm.
clear.
Oh, I did hear about
Yes,
that.
the school
I
got
did hear about
closed
that.
down.
Because that was the part that
Is
had me
the
like,
school
what?
right
They
in the
closed down the whole
suburbs or
school?
something?
Yes,
The
it was a
blackface and shut down the
Montessori
school.
It
It's
was
a
a
predominantly.
it was a
Mhm.
Montessori school in
Okay.
either Needham or Newton.
I think it's neat.
I think it was Needham. A Montessori school in Needham. One of the teachers for Black
Yo.
History Month
I'm
had the kids
done.
do blackface as a project.
Was there any?
I think the school was called like
African-American
ICS or
children
whatever.
in that
It had
class?
to be African American children in the class for it to get reported.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Because
well, I mean,
another
not
They
even in the
posted a
class, all of
picture.
it. It
They
could just be-
posted the picture like on their like
School website?
not in their
pages?
website, but you know they have apps for parents.
Mhm.
So it's like, look at what we did. And they were
Yeah.
like, I know the fuck you did not.
Was there blackface on the? I mean, it doesn't matter. But like,
But they got the
was there
teacher got fired.
blackface on the African American kid? Like, was it one of those like, hey,
Yo,
we're
I'm
from
they
the-
down
didn't-
with Tima.
so one, they can't show
I
the
just,
kids.
I'm just trying to understand, yo.
Of
So they didn't
course.
show
So
No, but
kids.
she said it was on the app. That's like
That's how the parents found out.
right. Okay.
Tima
So if
wants
this-
to know, did they paint the black kids too? That's what she wants to
Probably,
know.
yes. It was a project. So it was like a piece
They
of
can't
paper.
single out the black
and
kids
they
like you
made-
can't do this activity.
Right.
Oh,
I mean, they may.
No, they all
The
had
fact
to
that
do blackface.
they had the audacity
Yeah,
So
to
they
even
told
do
the
it in the
black
first
kids.
place.
It was
They
in
made
New
it
England.
like, yeah,
They could have been like, you're
Right.
authentic.
we're
There
trying
it
to
is.
make right.
They could have been like, you're
Right.
authentically black. You don't have to do this.
It was in Newton.
So yes, it was in Newton, and they got the kids' faces blurred out. Yeah, you can't see it, but you can see the
Oh.
paper plates.
So
You
it's
see the
black
paper plates? It's white paper plates, and they
Oh, so
colored the
everyone had
plates
it.
black. So all the kids in the
Had
class
blackface.
had
Had
blackface. So that's not what we
And
gonna
then
do.
doing what? What was the song and dance, or what was the story, or what was the?
That was a project. Whatever. We don't know.
That's how you
So
know
we
people
just
be
gotta
really
be classy
like
and hold up
believing
black
And
face.
that
Yes.
was that
rhetoric,
meant you were
like-
black. That meant you understood
And that was
Black
it. There was no
History
like,
Month?
oh, Martin Luther King. There was
Hey,
no story
yo!
behind it. There was
Kick
nothing. It was
out
just
face.
They got to
Hey,
use
look
yarn
at
and
us!
make the kinky hair and everything.
We don't know. They didn't get into full detail. The article is very brief.
Let me stop.
But I mean, if you
I
want to
have
look into
so
it more,
many
But
questions.
Me
the
too!
only reason why it took off was because one of the parents posted it on Facebook and everybody was like, I know y'all fucking lying.
Of course.
And then
yeah.
it
Wait,
went
she
off from
posted
there.
it with
Wow.
pride, or she posted
No,
it
she's like, what the fuck is this?
She's probably the
Okay.
one that scribbled
Alright,
out the
alright.
faces.
Yeah.
She's definitely had to be the one that scribbled out the faces.
Yeah.
'Cause she
would've
knew.
got in trouble for
'Cause she
posting
knew.
other
Of
people's
course.
kids.
Right. But it's just like you have children of color here. Why did you think that was acceptable? Bitch, everybody else is doing coloring sheets of Martin Luther King. Where the fuck did you drop the ball?
That's how
She
you
said
know.
color.
That's how you
We
know.
sure
Where
did.
did we drop the
brown,
we
we
sure
bought a
enough
brown
did.
box of Crayola. You got Crayola, got
My
all
son came
shades of
home
brown
and it's
Crayola.
from Martin King
But
Jr.
this is why people
Black
ask the
History
question.
Month.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of the story? Like, what did they do with it? Okay, so we did
They're
that,
not
and
going
then what?
to
It
put
was
the rest
nothing
of the
They're not.
story.
more.
They're
They
not
tell us.
going
So they just had them
So,
do black.
It doesn't even
That's
matter.
crazy.
And then issued a to whom it may concern apology.
Okay.
The apology
Yeah,
was
because you know
terrible.
what? At this point, it doesn't
If
even
you
matter.
were offended,
If
That's how you
If
know. That's how you
you
know
took
racism
offense
is a religion.
to the activity
Yeah,
that
like,
took
they really
place,
believe that shit.
Right.
we
But also-
apologize.
But
Boy,
also,
fuck
like, Montessori schools, that's like worse thing, not worse, but aren't they more strict than like Catholic
No.
schools?
No, Montessori school mean they let the kids do whatever.
they
So-
make their own rules.
They make their own. So if your child, if the student comes in and the student is like, oh, I'm just tired, they're like, okay, Billy, let's go nap then. If the kid comes in and they're like, oh, I feel like climbing the wall, they're like, all right, Bob,
The
here
child
you
guides
go,
for
let's
them.
make a lap. How do you want to climb this wall? Let's figure out a way for you to climb it. And they make
what
the child
type
use
of school
their
is?
creative skills and they apply it. So whatever the kid wants to do, they pull from them. They get their creative juices flowing. They ask them questions. All right, you want to climb the wall today?
There's no
How you
set
gonna climb the
lesson
wall?
plan. and
That's
things
what
like
art
that.
class and that's what gym class and that's
Nope,
what those
there's
little
no
electives
structure.
They don't
are.
have structure.
There's no structure.
Those
in
are for the
Montessori
parents
school.
that wants to let their child find
Their
themselves.
way.
So with
The
that being
child that
said-
wants to walk out with 4 different colored shoes and the little boy that
Yes.
wants to come out in a dress.
So with that
Come
being
on, let's
said,
go.
one of my
That they feel will be
teachers-
accepted in regular school.
One of my teachers from St. Patrick's, which for whatever reason I have her on my like Instagram, you know how teachers find you, whatever, cool. Her kids go to a Montessori school, and I didn't really know what a Montessori school was. I thought it was the exact opposite because like the pictures that she used to post, like I'm like, yo, it's
They
like
would like to be perceived that way, but that's
Yeah.
not what they are.
so I'm like, is it a thing of like, oh, like we're gonna do something, we're gonna put on a show,
No.
and we're not gonna pick the show. We're gonna
You
draw
don't
a
pick
number,
anything. Everything
and then the
is
kid
student-led.
decides. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's everything is student led, so like it's not the school really putting on the production, right?
Nope,
It's
the
it's the kid, right?
Mhm.
So then that comes back to like where the kid is coming from, right? Because it's like, you know how you got your serial killers or whatever, or like I was watching something the other day with Mel Gibson, how he was talking about like the Passion of Christ or whatever, and his father was like a anti-Semitic or whatever. So everybody was saying Mel Gibson was the anti-Semitic, and it was catching him in different moments saying the same shit. So it really comes back to the kid or like wherever. Well, I'm not to blame the kid, but still, like, shouldn't the school have some type of discretion in
They're
it?
nurturing the creative mind.
Yeah.
They're nurturing.
But what
they're
if they're
nurturing.
serial killers?
They're
This is what
nurturing.
I'm saying, yo.
They gotta
What
put
if
the
they're
spin on
destructive? What if they're destructive in the school?
No, then
Like,
they
yeah, right.
If it's a destructive behavior, they redirect it.
Mm-hmm.
However, if it's positive, then they'll pull from that. And if it's negative, that's
But
when
how
the
many
therapist come in.
genius serial killers are there out there?
What was
But
the
what
one
if-
where he was hiding the fucking when he killed the people? Then he would put their shit on like the little petri things and then hide it in the in like the ventilation system. What was that series?
Hide it where?
Like,
Please tell me.
At
you
his
know what I'm
house?
talking about?
I think
It wasn't Jeffrey
It
Dahmer,
was a
right?
Jeffrey Dahmer.
No, it was like the white guy, and he would go around killing bad people. Like if he read
Dexter.
an article,
Dexter.
yes, he read an article,
Oh, I never
and
watched
it was
that.
like the person like, okay, this person raped so and so, but he got off.
Like he was
He would
killing for
hunt that
good.
person down, kill them.
He was
And
taught,
then-
he was taught to channel his sickness to do that.
It's
Right.
like you.
Right. So that's
It's like you.
Oh.
But he found a way to do good with it. Like he
All right,
found
y'all.
a way to like.
We are at an
He is
hour.
habit.
We don't want to keep the people too long. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Anyone want to shout anyone out? No? Any businesses? Any plugs? Venom's Corner, Panda Care, Rick does taxes.
Credit.
Oh, credit.
Tima do Tima.
Financial
I'm like, wait,
solutions.
what? He does
Big
credit.
Al does the
King
the,
Al does
the
Detailing.
So the new name is King Al's Royal Detailing.
King Al's Royal Detailing. Nice. I like that. All right, you guys, you know where you can find us. Hashtag us Pandagasm. Hashtag us Let's Talk. We're on Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud. Just Google us. We are wherever your fingers can find us.
Hashtag bum. Hashtag in the clouds. Hashtag we lit. Hashtag
Hashtag good night.